Yo, what's up everybody, Jumpin' here, and I am back with my Noob's Guide for Elden Ring. In the last episode, we were roaming around this central area of this lake. Now in this episode, we are actually going to be doing this second castle. This is the Academy, and there's a lot to do there. Now before we do that, I'm actually going to start over here. This is the right side of the map, the K-Live area, and it's all red. And we're going to start from these ruins. Now you should have had this grace because of episode 1. So you want to come here, and we're going to come down here. So there's a telescope right here on the map. If you go east of that, you can put your beacon about right there. You should be able to find it if you just go directly east. It really doesn't matter. But we're about to go through some hell, and I mean it, because this place is going to suck. Remember how I talked about the poison caves and how much I hate them? But I've always said, well, at least it's not Scarlet Rot. Well, we're about to go through a Scarlet Rot cave, and this cave is brutal. It's one of the hardest dungeons, in my opinion, in the entire game. So I'm going to pretty much skip every enemy. Those stupid dogs are really strong, even though we're OP. They still are pretty strong. And we got to watch out. There's going to be a death machine over here. That's kind of what we're looking for, though. Just kind of roaming around. And we're going to go right over here. Now, let me look. Where's that death machine at? I don't think I'm in the right spot. Okay, so that branch, that's where we're trying to get to. So let me hop on down here. And then, yeah, there's a death machine, like, right here. Watch out for him. And we are going to make our way over to this branch. And we're going to cross this branch. This place is called the Abandoned Cave. And it's going to have literally pools and, like, a river of Scarlet Rot. It is just brutal. Now, before you do anything, make sure you level up and make sure you actually have no runes, because one good strategy here is to die on purpose. Now, the reason why that's a good strategy is because what we can do is run through this area, grab all the stuff, and then the second time we can actually kind of rush through. So I'm leveling up endurance because I want to be able to wear my helmet and not actually have a fat roll. So let me check it because I actually had the helmet on. Okay, good. And if you look down here, you can see that's all Scarlet Rot. And yes, there's geysers as well, and those geysers will hit you really hard. Now, we will have an item. You should have some of these in your inventory if you've been following the guide. But this item will heal the Scarlet Rot. I would not waste these, though. I would wait until you're pretty confident you're good to go to fight the boss. The boss is going to drop a talisman that's going to give us more experience. What we're going to do at the beginning of this episode is I'm going to show you how to farm for a lot of XP. So it's really important that we actually get this item because this is going to help us farm for XP. So another thing that you can do to make this a little bit better is reallocate your potions and just get nothing but healing potions. Trust me, you're going to want them. So what you really have to do here is wait for the geysers, because here's the thing. Remember how I told you never to roll in poison or Scarlet Rot? Well, guess what? We're going to roll through it because that's the only way of really getting through this quick. There's some crafting materials over there. And by the way, another thing about the Scarlet Rot is that whenever you get Scarlet Rot on you from like a river like this or this water, it just is brutal. Look at my health tick down. It's ticking down so fast. It's insane. Now, if an enemy puts it on you, it doesn't tick nearly that fast. It's really annoying, but it's not nearly that bad. Also, let's make sure we have our lantern on. So there are several items in here. I want to get the items, and then we will go ahead and make our way over to where we need to go. Okay, grab that. And watch out. This is what I was talking about before. How some of these Scarlet Rot areas are going to have poison guys in here. So you can already have the Scarlet Rot on you, and then you get poison on you too. My god, they are just brutal. FromSoft, I hate you sometimes, I really do. But let's go ahead and pick that up. And this is what I'm talking about. At this point, yes, technically I could heal the Scarlet Rot. Or I could try to die on purpose, knowing that that's the thing. Like, unfortunately, there's still stuff to get. So, I'll see. The boss here isn't really hard, but it's also not easy, I'm gonna be honest. So watch out. I'm not even gonna mess with the plant, because instead I'm gonna jump up here first so I can grab this item. And now I'm gonna hop on down, And at this point, if you have enough healing potions, I would say maybe this would be a time to actually go ahead and use the item to get rid of the Scarlet Rot. Definitely, if you get poisoned, you're completely screwed, so try not to get poisoned. And I'm going to go for the boss battle. I'm just going to go for it, see what happens. Hopefully, I'll be okay. I'm not going to be able to do my Ash of War because I am 100% going to summon my wolves for this, and I'm going to have no FP left. Because what this fight is, at first it's like, oh, it's just one of these knights. That's cool. It's actually a gank, unfortunately. So at some point in this fight, we're going to get ganked by two of these things. So hopefully I can kill the first one quickly. Come on, wolves, do your job. Do your job. Thank you. Ow. So just take out the first one. And I'm going to need to heal again. The wolves are still alive, so that's really good. They can do a lot of work for me. That's why it's important to level them up. And I'm just R1 spamming away. Come on. Okay. I actually was able to do that and not die. But if you do want to die, or if you do die, it's okay. As long as you don't have a lot of runes, you should be fine. And the main thing is just to come back, get your stuff, and maybe heal the Scarlet Rot in that room with the plant. Because at that point, you should be fairly safe. Now that we have that item though, we can actually go ahead and start farming some XP. So that's what I'm going to do now. And where we're going to go is we are going to go to the underground and we're going to make our way to this entrance, this dynasty entrance. And from here we can go to a spot to farm a ton of XP. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, now you should have this grace if you've been following the walkthrough because this is where we went literally to go ahead and get our maxed out weapon. But what we're going to do is we're going to run over to the grass. Now this part kind of sucks, you can die. But what we're going to do is just hop on the horse and you need to summon the horse once you're on the grass. These guys are summoners, the red ones. We're going to try to avoid the stupid skeleton. So we're going to kind of hug the left here and hopefully we don't get shot in the back. There is an item over here. I actually came over here and picked it up, so my bad. But we're going to be chilling right here for a second. Let the skeleton go away. I really get lost trying to navigate this area. The main thing we're looking for is a lake of blood. So I think we need to go this way. Yes, we do. You see the giant like tree thing? That's the way you can tell that you're going the right way. And over here we can see the lake of blood. And try to stick like this because of the giant skeleton. You don't want it to shoot you in the back. And you can also know you're going the right spot because of the fact that there's so many guys walking around the tree. Now over here, you're going to see a scarab in there. But if we make a right, we can actually run up this hill. And there's actually an item that I already picked up over here as well. But go ahead and just pass all of these enemies. So there's an item over there. That guy's got golden eyes. That's actually pretty good. I might kill him real quick. And light the grace. I've already lit the grace because I've been here before. But let's go ahead and try to kill that guy with the golden eyes. Anytime they have golden eyes, they're going to drop like 4 times the amount of XP. So there we go. We got him. Look at that. 10,000 XP from that guy. It's crazy. Now those guys are worth a lot of XP and you can farm them too. But the much easier method, which I don't see them patching this, I really don't, is what you can do is throw a bow on. Now the short bow that we have should work, and also make sure you throw some normal arrows on. I'm going to show you how to buy more normal arrows if you need them. They're really cheap, so you can buy a ton of them while you're doing this. And also make sure you equip the golden scarab, so it's going to be more at the bottom. This is going to give us more runes. So let's go ahead and two-hand the bow. We're going to rest at the grace because this bird, it has kind of funky AI and we need to shoot it before it actually turns around. So just kind of walk over here. There's a bird, draw back the bow, shoot it, and that's going to aggro it. And now it's going to be a dummy and walk right off the map. And guess what? We are going to get 13,000 runes for that. That is crazy. So just rest at the grace, walk on over here, shoot it again. And again, it's going to run off, and we're going to get 13,000. Now, if you can get lucky, what can actually happen is this bird can actually have golden eyes, just like that other enemy. At that point, this thing is worth like 80,000 runes, so that's insane. Also, you can use the golden fowl foot. Unfortunately, that can happen too, and if it does, the AI is all funky, but you can just walk around to make it go ahead and walk off the map. But you can use one of these. These are going to last for 3 minutes, and as you can see, you can do this really quick. So if you use one of those, I believe you get like 17,000 runes every like 10 seconds, however long this takes. It's ridiculous. But just keep doing this and you can level up as much as you want. I mean, that's why I wanted to show it, because I knew that this is a really good strategy. And remember what I said, if you're wondering what I'm going to do with the build, if you're going to be sitting here doing this for a while, I'm going to get my vigor up to 40, then I'm going to get my dex up to 40, and eventually I'm going to get my vigor all the way up to 60, and I'm going to get my dex all the way up to 80. So that's what I would recommend. If you're going to just sit here for a couple hours to do this, you're going to get a ton of XP, and if you're going to level up a lot, that's what I would go for this particular build. But now we are done with that. I'll probably mess with this later again, just so I can get some more XP. But for now, I'm going to travel over to the Academy Gate Town, and we are going to start working on this castle. Okay, my bad. I almost forgot to show you where to get some arrows if you need them. If you're going to be sitting there for a long time, you're going to want to buy some arrows. So here's the first step, the very first grace in the open world. Then you have this church with this merchant. If you talk to him, he's going to sell normal arrows. They're super cheap. And yeah, I'm just going to buy like a ton of them. And there you go. I'm maxed out on arrows. So I could sit there now forever doing that. And I really won't have a problem running out of arrows. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the Academy Gate Town. And I'll see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, I am at the Academy Gate Town Grace, and we're going to go and get the items on the outside here. The very first one I'm going to go and grab is right up here, so put your beacon there. And this is one of those items that I consider to be kind of pointless. It is a grease, and the greases are useful. You can buff your weapon and do some extra damage. But one of the problems I have in this game and in many games is you run around and you collect all these items and then you never want to use them because you're just thinking, oh, I'll save it for later. And then before you know it, you beat the game and you've never used any of those items. So that's kind of funny. Now, if you go from there and just head over here, there's a bunch of enemies. Let's take them out real quick. You should one-shot everything here because you're so OP. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a building. I believe it's over this way. You know you're in the right spot because, yeah, there's enemies on top of it. So I'm just going to jump on up here and take these guys out. Hello. Watch out for the frost. These frogs can be very annoying. Let me go back around. I'm about to get ganked on. Oh, man. Come here. Everybody die. Woo! I'm going to fall. Come here, I gotta get the right angle. Okay, we got him. I actually had to press L1. I never do that on the horse. But remember, you can attack to the left if you press L1. Pick this up. This is a cookbook, which is nice. We definitely want those. And now the next spot we're gonna go is right where this finger reader is. So I'm gonna put my beacon like right there. Oh, hello. Leave me alone. But we're gonna head over here. There's a scarab that we want to get. And there's also an item as well. And a giant crab. So that's just kind of annoying. That's where we got the golden seed all the way back in episode 1. I'm just going to head on over to my beacon. And get ready to take out the crab. Charge this up. Smack him hard in his face. Ow. Don't knock me off the horse, please. Took him out. Pick up the item. Now this is real sneaky. But check this out. I still have the bow on from earlier. Now I can get rid of that beacon as well. But up there, that is where there's a hidden scarab. So we can go ahead and take him out. He's going to drop an Ash of War for us. That's cool. And the crab dropped some items. So let's pick that up. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Watch out for that guy, I guess. And up here, the main thing is rush, maybe jump over to take out this guy on the flamethrower. The flamethrower guys are just annoying. Try not to get completely ganked and knocked off the horse. And I'm going to rush ahead a little bit here just to take this dude out and then try to take these guys out as well. And there is an item. We skipped this all the way back in episode 1. It's right here. let's try to pick it up. Of course, there's a dumb message. I'm going to hop off the horse. It's going to be easier just to jump up here, pick up the item. That's why we skipped it, though. It's just some arrows, so who cares? And let's go ahead and chug. And now, watch out. There's a war machine. To be honest, fighting the war machine is much easier on foot. I'm going to show you why. Those grenades actually kind of hurt. So I'm going to hop off. And the main thing is just block this thing and let it kind of ram through you. And when it does, you can just run it behind it. I'm going to do a jumping R2. Now you could try to hit it again or get a backstab. But a lot of times you're not going to be able to hit it twice. So you just might have to let it ram you again and do the same thing. Just hit it in its back. So over here, there's a tent thing. We're going to kind of hug this wall. And there is an enemy. Let's take him out. And let's go ahead and pick up this item that's over here. Nice. Kind of pointless, but whatever. Pick up that item from the dead enemy. And I'm going to keep chugging. Why not? And there is one more item we need to get. Watch out for the flamethrower, guys. Take him out. I'm going to rush this one over here. Hello, buddy. Watch out for the grenades as well, man. Those grenades, they are stupid. And the guy got off the flamethrower. And they're going to knock me off the horse. Ow. Somehow. Oh, I forgot. I'm fat rolling. Interesting. Let's fix that now. I have this on still. We need to put that arsenal charm back on. And hey, with the bow equipped, I actually have the mid-load. That's pretty cool. But let me go ahead and call my horse. And just like the other item, over here, there's going to be another one and another enemy. And this is a shield, so let's definitely pick that up. I will always prioritize weapons and things like that over dumb little crafting materials. I'm just healing up. Now we can go into the castle, and there is a lot to do in there. When we came here the first time, we ran past everything. So now this time, we are actually going to do everything. The only place I guess I do need to go, but I was going to say I don't need to go there, is where the death machine is. But there is actually other items down there that we should get. So let me use the seal. I really hate using the seal because of messages. It's just awkward. But this is where the grace is. We can continue that samurai, the Ronin, his quest line right now. So let's start with that. We're going to find a summon sign over here by this seal, which I always say a snowflake, but it's a seal. But if you remember, we did, like, way back in the first area when we were roaming the open world, we let that guy come and help us. He was a samurai. Then we talked to him. Well, this is the second part of his quest. And what we're going to do is we're going to invade a bad person's world, NPC, of course. And I guess technically this might count as one of your invasions, which would be interesting if these NPCs do count. Because, yeah, you could maybe get your invasions in doing things like this. So I'm just rushing over here. Now watch out, this NPC can be kind of OP. Now we're going to destroy it though because we're so OP. But when that thing hits you, it's going to hit you hard. And now that we're done with that, we can actually talk to this guy. And he's going to move to his final location, which once we get over to the capital outskirts and we start doing that, we will actually do his final part of his quest. So we just got an Ash of War. If we talk to him, he's going to give us a smithing stone, which is nice. Thank you very much. And now let's talk to him again just to make sure his quest will properly progress. And I want him to repeat himself. I think he is now. And we're going to hop on our horse. And now, we've already gotten the golden seed back there, so there's no reason to go over there. We're going to actually make a left and go past this seal. And there's going to be some, like, wolves. And there's actually a kind of annoying enemy over here. But there's also a merchant. So let's take out the wolves first, because if you don't, then what might happen is they will follow you over to the merchant. And that kind of sucks. You don't really want them attacking the merchant. And you definitely don't want to accidentally hit the merchant while you're trying to attack them. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen. So let's go over to the merchant. He should be selling a couple items. More wolves as well. Make sure you take them all out. Just because you don't want them following you. Come here. And there's one more. Now let's go and talk to the merchant. Oh my god, how many wolves are there? There are so many of these things. Okay. Pick up the item. And there's another one still. Come here. I'm using L1. It's so awkward and weird, but I'm actually doing it. Okay, over here, let's go ahead and talk to him now. And we can buy whatever he's selling that's actually good. He is selling some of these. I'm definitely buying those. And is there anything else? There's a cookbook. I'm gonna buy that. Okay. And you can buy these too. These ashes. Why not? These are not bad, by the way. I kind of like them. That's pretty much everything he's selling. There is an item down here, but be warned, there's gonna be this enemy. Now, because we have this great shield and we so OP, this won't be a problem. But this enemy can absolutely kick your butt if you are weak. So let's pick up the item, and then the moment we come over here, this enemy's going to drop down. If you remember, I've talked about this before, but all you really got to do is block this thing and guard counter. That's really it. Almost all the attacks are going to bounce off, so it's very easy if you have a great shield. But in general, when you're trying to dodge them and you're weak, that enemy can be very tough. But now we're going to go back to where the Grace is, and we're going to actually go into the castle. We're going to have to deal with the Sorcerer Enemies again, and I talked about it before, and it still is the case, but at this point, we're so strong, I don't think it should be an issue anymore. But they are kind of like machine gunners. It's very annoying, and they are a meme. Like, people have died so much to this part, it's crazy. Now, I could rest, but I'm not going to. And we're going to come over here. Because we've been here before, the elevator is already up. Let me go ahead and hit the switch and wait for it to come down. And we're going to grab all the items this time, though. And we're going to take our sweet little time. A couple of the things we've already grabbed because we've been here before. But that's basically it. Really, I guess there's only was like one item I grabbed, which would have been the Somber Smithing Stone level 3. I would have grabbed that like way back when. But we're going to ride this up. And the main thing is, this time we're actually going to kill these sorcerers. If you remember last time, we just kind of juked them, running left and right and dodging and stuff. So the first item is actually over to our right. So let's stop before we hit the steps, and we're going to go to the right. Just over here, there's an item, so pick that up. I always think there's an item down here, but there's not. And every time I ever come here, I always look down there. Don't ask me why. There is a crafting material over here, though. I'll pick that up, though. Now, this time, I'm just going to block and rush them. And I should actually one-shot them with my weapon at this point. Yep, one-shot at them. Nice. Now, I'm going to rush forward and just deal with this stupid sorcerer right away, because this thing's annoying. And now I can deal with these enemies as well. Ow. Remember, these guys could have killed you in episode 1, because they chase you like crazy. And there is an item over here, so let's go and pick this up. The other item that we already got would have been back here, so we already grabbed that. There is another one of those multiple arm guys in here. He's just up there, so he's going to drop down probably. Or not. Okay, if he's not going to drop down, I'm not going to wait for him. I will rest at the Grace, though, just to get the checkpoint at this point. And now we're going to run out here. And this is where all the zombies are, which last time we ran past all of them. This time we'll actually kill them all. And then every time I come here, I always come over here as well, and there's nothing over here. My brain tells me to look, though. I don't know what it is. Now, these guys are annoying because they can grab you, and ow! Remember, when you get grabbed, you can always tap the buttons to try to go ahead and get out of the grab faster, which would be L1, R1 really quickly. And I'm just trying to jump up here, although there's nothing up here. And we're going to actually stick to the top, though. Now, the Ash of War should one-shot these guys, no problem. And you got to watch out around corners, because there are always guys. Look, see? Around the corner. Let's just go ahead and take him out. Again, I believe there's another one, or they're coming out of the ground. Oh my god! Die! There we go. Let me go ahead and use one of my FP potions. And I would actually maybe use a rune arc here, because I don't see myself dying here. I just don't. I'm so strong that I feel like I'm not. I definitely didn't want to use one earlier, though, because of that poison Scarlet rot area. Oh my god. That place was just cancer. Over here, there's a guy. Hello. Now, if he's trying to grab you like that, you might have to dodge. You can't block the grab. So if you see them coming at you, try to dodge. Take this guy out. And there's going to be like 50 of these dudes coming out right now. So let's just start taking them all out. And because this is a castle, we are going to try to actually kill almost every enemy. That's kind of the goal for the walkthrough, is as I'm actually doing the place, I'm going to try to kill all the enemies and show you where they all are. So let's take that guy out. And that's pretty much it for the enemies. Now, the first time we came here, we crossed the bridge right away. But what we can do is actually come over this way, and we can go down. And this is going to take us behind some enemies. There's going to be some ashes over here. But these are these crossbow enemies who would be trying to shoot you in the back. Watch out, that guy is just chilling there. He's meant to try to grab you. I kind of got lucky that he didn't. So just get ready to take him out. And just right over here, you're going to have to make a jump here. So let's run and jump. I'm just looking around just to double check every little corner. But I kind of know there's nothing over here. So we're going to come up here and we're going to be behind these enemies. So take them both out. Oh, just one. Ow. God, that's really funny that he fell. And I have way too many arrows, I guess. Pick that up. Let's drop down, and I'm just doing my dropping R2. We got a dumb dog. Remember with the dogs, you can block them. At this point with the Great Shield, though, they will bounce off, and you can guard counter them almost every time, which is really nice. Really, really nice, because before, like I said, normally it's just block them and then hit R1. Now, there are some big zombies over here who are pretty tough. At least they have a lot of health. You can already tell, like, those guys are taking... Well, I guess they're all taking 2 hits, but they have a lot more health, you can actually tell. Now, over here, there is an item, so we can drop down. Let's take that one out. And I'm going to try to line this up to get them both. There we go, we got them both. Nice. Pick that up. Pick this up. And this is an armor set, which is a pretty cool armor, and I'm going to see if I can switch to it, to be honest. It has about the same weight. It's even lighter, to be honest, than my current armor, for the most part. Okay, that's a little bit heavier, but that's cool. And where was that helmet? I really like this armor, though. This armor looks sick. Oh, watch out, there's a guy right here. But definitely get this armor and use it, because it looks cool. You could probably switch up the helmet, though. I mean, the helmet's the only thing I'm not a huge fan of. I think this probably looks better. And it does. Check my roll. But I love the cape on this armor. And I love the blue. I think the blue looks really, really good. So over here, I'm going to go and check out these messages. I know they're trolls. Yep. Don't you dare. No jumping. They're not trolls. See what I'm saying? You would expect that the messages, and in your world, you might see messages saying, try jumping. But in my world, at least right now, they were actually pretty nice. So we got to get out of here. And I have to try to remember, how do we get out of here? I think it's just up here we have to jump back up. Because I'm about to say, like, where do I go? Oh, it's right here. There's a cave. So we're going to come in here. And just watch out for zombies. We're going to drop down. I can already hear the scare. Watch out for that one. Ah, okay. There was a dog there, too. Take them out. Oh, hello, doggo. Die, dog. God, I hate the dogs. I really do. Let's chug an FP potion. More zombies are coming out. Oh, I'm getting grabbed. I knew that. Ow. Yeah, that drains your FP as well, which is really annoying. Dumb dog. Get out of here. I'm going to chug. Now I'm going to Ash of War to take out the big one with 1 hit. Man, the Ash of War on this weapon is so strong. 1500 damage is just like crazy, to be honest. It's just ridiculous, especially at this point of the game. Now, try to take out all the dogs before you get this item, because I have died over here several times trying to grab this stupid mushroom. It's always a mushroom, and you will get cornered and killed by the dogs. There's a scarab down here, so get ready to take it out. And that drops that lance move, which I personally think really sucks. I've tried it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not for me. It seems like a cool move, though. But now we can come back up, and we can keep going forward. I'm going to grab this crafting material up here first, though. And I think there's more zombies spawning. At least I hear them right now. But we're going to come through here, And remember last time we came through here, we had dogs trying to get us. Let me check out this message right here. Hello, message. No, we don't need to jump because that's where we got the item before. See? I don't say that's a troll because somebody might have legitimately thought that's how you get down there. And that's not how you get down there. So over here, we have this guy coming out. Let's just go ahead and right away Ash of War him. Should be able to take him out with the Wombo combo. And we just got that. He always drops that. Every time you come here, he always drops it. So pick this up. You just have to jump up to get it. And now I'm going to go ahead and use my last FP potion. But we're coming up on this other gray sets here. So that's cool. Let's wait for this. And we're going to just jump on top of it. And again, we're going to wait for this to get to the top. And we're going to jump off. Just like we did in episode 1. Man, I love this armor. Armor's so sick. Alright, we're going to jump. And take this guy out. And let's come over this way. And there's just a couple guys over here. I thought there was an item, but I guess not. The item, though, is above us. And we will be coming back to this exact spot. You can see the messages because there is an NPC. And we will, in this episode, do his quest line, or at least finish it. He wants one of these keys, like what we got to get into the castle. So we can get an extra one and give it to him. And then we can come back here and we'll find him right there where all those messages were. So there's the item up there. Now I'm going to go and rest at this grace. And I'm going to go ahead and take the windmill down. Because there is another jump where we can jump and we can get some more stuff. But we don't have to go all the way to the bottom, to be honest, because we've already gotten everything down there. And yeah, I mean, there's really no point to go all the way down, unless we have to. We might have to, but let's just go ahead and come over here, take out this enemy, and wait for this. And I need to figure out where to jump exactly, but there is going to be a part where we can jump before we actually get to the bottom. I think it's just right over here. It's coming up. Yeah, it's right below me. We're gonna go down there. So wait for it though. You don't want gravity to get you here. Get ready, and let's jump. So this is a whole little spot over here, and I guess I'm tripping because I've been here before. Oh no, I haven't. I thought like all these zombies, I already killed them. I guess not. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Watch out for the gargoyle. Oh man, yeah, that's really funny. I really thought for a second like, oh my god, I must have came here before. But no, that's not the case. It's just confusing. Take this guy out. And yeah, that's pretty dangerous to be honest. There's a lot of big freaking zombies there. Let's pick up that. That's the main thing, is some ashes. And now we can try to get out of here. I don't want to go all the way to the bottom, so instead, if we come over this way, we should be able to just ride this back up to the top. I believe that's it for this little area, because if we go all the way to the bottom, we're going to get to where the death machine is. You can pick up all those items, and then after that, it's really just ride the elevator back up. Or if you get grabbed by the death machine, you get taken to the volcanic manor, which is what we did in the first episode. But we don't need to do that no more. So we're just going to ride this all the way up. That's not all the way. That's where we originally jumped on this. So it's just right here. We're going to jump off again. And now we can make our way back to where the grace was. And we're going to actually hit some fake walls in here. So these are somewhat hidden because they're fake walls. Watch out for this thing. Definitely don't want to get hit by that. But these sorcerer people, which they kind of look like the Burger King like mascot, which is really funny. But these sorcerers, like, you have the ones with the range, and then you have some who have like swords and they actually have combat. That's kind of the difference. The ones with the swords and the shield, they actually are a little bit more tanky though. So let's pick that up. That's a scroll for sorceries. Now we can open up this chest, pick up the cookbook. And right here, this is a fake wall. I'm surprised there's no messages down. That's amazing to me that there's no messages down. But there's an item right here. But what we can do, again, you would think there would be messages down, is jump right here and walk off. Just double checking and looking. But the main thing is we're going to get to a helmet over here. Which, to be honest, a lot of these helmets that we're going to get a couple of them. None of them really matter because if you wanted to use one of these helmets, there's another one that's like way better. Because these helmets are going to give you bonus, and you do need to jump, by the way. If you try to walk, you'll probably fall off. But these helmets are going to give you bonus intelligence, so really they're meant for a sorcery build. But there's one that's going to give you like 6 intelligence, and it's just better. So that's the one you would probably want to use, and the other ones really don't matter. I just reset the area, so I'm going to rush this guy, take him out. And again, I need to rush these ones as well. But coming up, we're going to have a giant jar guy. And this next room actually can be a little bit annoying, because there's a lot of freaking sorcerers in here. And they're going to be trying to kill me and hit me, so try to take them out quickly. There's another one right by the chest. And the jar did not wake up yet, which is surprising. Now the jar is waking up. Go ahead and do that. And then this. Bye-bye, jar. Give me your items. Now we can go ahead and walk over here. Open up the chest. Already getting shot at by the sorcerers. That's fun. And this room kind of sucks too. Now, in a way, I kind of got lucky because the sorcerers came down to me. Normally, these sorcerers are up on the steps. And if they are, you know what? Maybe they still are. Yep. I'm just tripping. So, yeah. That's what you have to watch out for. Them trying to snipe you in the back. But normally, there's 3 ranged sorcerers up here trying to hit you. And by the way, that guy can drop his sword, and the sword is kind of interesting. It gives you the pebble sorcery that you can use as an Ash of War. And you can actually find that Ash of War as well, which is pretty overpowered. It was really good. So the boss, the first boss of this area is over there. But right here, and there is a message. This is a fake wall. So we can go ahead and come in here. And there's going to be a chest and an item. So let's open up the chest. Grab that. And that's a sorcery spell. And then back here, that's a stone key. And now we can go ahead and climb on up. And we're not done here yet because there's another little secret that we can get to, which is going to be on the opposite side. I'm just looking around up here. But there are messages, see? Like, people are, like, good about putting messages down to help you know where to go. It's just surprising about that first fake wall. So down here, there's a ton of jars. Take them out now, because the moment you grab the item, they are all going to come and try to kill you. Now, they're probably not going to be able to get you, but just to be safe, let's kill them all before we pick up the item. And there's like one more. I might have missed one, you never know. But let's pick up the item, which is a talisman. I think I did get them all. And now we can open up this door. And this is not really a shortcut, but this is going to take us back to that main room where the jar was. And we can go and fight this boss. Now this boss is pretty easy. I want to say that I will buff myself and then I'll summon, just because I think it's a good idea to always summon for any of these fights. I'm also going to chug. That was a waste. I could have just used my mixed potion. That would have been a better thing to do. Let's go ahead and buff with Golden Vow. And now we will use one of our FP potions. Get our wolves ready to go. And then we will summon. And I'm going to use an FP potion too. Block. Now watch out. This thing has a lot of magical attacks. It's got a fire sword. It's got a bunch of sorceries it can do. But we're going to destroy it once we hit it. Now, those little sorceries are delayed. That's the thing. And that's the one other thing about this boss. Hitting this boss can be stupid annoying. Look at that damage, though. The damage is insane, but hitting the boss can be just tough. Okay, now we can hit the Grace. And I'm going to take a quick little break, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, I went ahead and leveled up. I had 27,000 runes. I got my vigor up, and now we're going to come outside. But the first thing we're going to do is make a right, and we want to come over here. And we can actually jump over this, and there's a ladder. This is going to take us to a somewhat hidden item. It's a legendary talisman. It's for spellcasters. It's going to reduce your spellcasting time. Remember this if you're going to do a sorcerer build or some type of incantation build. This is a very good item, although I have heard that it doesn't really work well if you get your dexterity up to 20. But then again, I don't know about that. I don't know nothing about spellcasting, I'm sorry. But it's in the chest. This is also important because if you're trying to get all the trophies and achievements, you do need to get all the legendary talismans. So out here, there is an enemy. Let's just block and guard counter. And now we can deal with the sorcerer and rush him. There's an item up here as well, so let's pick that up. Now we can drop down, and we're going to actually be in a spot where we can get some stuff. So there is a spellcaster. Let's rush the spellcaster. Turn around and get both the jars. Take that jar out as well. Let's rush all the jars. I love their death animation. It's so funny. And let's pick this up. Now we can go and pick up the item as well. Now where we're going, it is important because it's going to be an item for a side quest. But there's also like other goodies in this next area. But here's the thing. On my very first playthrough, I died a couple times on this part, and my friends, everybody I know, died on this part at least once. So, be warned that gravity can kill you, and the enemies can kill you. It can just be annoying. If you're following the walkthrough, though, I have a feeling you're probably going to be alright. But we're going to take our sweet time. So, watch out for the spellcaster in this room. Let's rush that spellcaster. Pick up the item. That's a whetstone. That's important. And there's another spellcaster up here and an item, so rush this one. And watch out, there's a bunch of zombies, taking them out. Pick that up. Pick up the item that the zombie dropped. And now we're going to jump over this ledge over here, and there's going to be a couple spellcasters, so it's up to you on which one you want to go after first. There's one in front of you, and there's one right there behind you, so probably the one behind you is the more important one to get. Now let's go and rush this other one. We can open up kind of a shortcut over here. The main thing is that when you're running up those steps, it's super annoying. Those spellcasters are like machine gunners. Now, if you just block and you just keep running, you should be okay. But they can absolutely destroy you. So there's the gate that we went through, and here is the door. Remember, if you do die here, you can just take this shortcut. It's easier than trying to run up the steps with the machine gunners. So over here, there is this item. Let's pick this up, and we can jump over and start heading down. So we're going to be on these rooftops the entire time. There's several spots where you can easily fall off and die. That's kind of the worst thing about it. Watch out. Take this archer guy out. Definitely want to take him out because if you try to climb that ladder, you're dead. But over here on the side of the ladder, we can get that item. Now, up on the top of the ladder, there's going to be a spellcaster. And there's going to be gargoyles. Definitely kill all these enemies. Let's rush the spellcaster first, because here's the thing. If you don't kill these enemies and you just try to run, they will chase you. Those gargoyles will chase you like crazy. So I'm just rushing. I'm trying to get the spellcaster first. Take this guy out. Now, this is going to be annoying, but whenever I get a chance to attack, I'm going to try to attack. They are bouncing off, so that's good. There we go. That was actually pretty easy because I have a great shield. Great shield OP. But now let's run over here. And this item up here is super annoying to get. First of all, I'm not even sure if the way I'm going to show you how to get it is actually like the way you're supposed to. Because to me, you can't really see it with this message here. But you have to jump up on this thing. And first of all, this would hurt my foot so bad. I would never jump up here. But we need to jump to that gargoyle statue. And that can be very annoying because the moment you land on it, try to jump and then jump on top of the roof. It's very easy to accidentally fall all the way off too. Now, just a quick warning. This is a smithing stone, level 4, I believe. So it's not that important. And of course, I didn't jump. That's what you got to be really careful about. If you do land on there though, you can actually like stop moving. And you should be able to not fall off right away. So just jump on this, then jump up. There we go. Yeah, it's a smithing stone level 4. It's only one of them. If you're struggling really bad, don't worry about it. It's not that important. But now we need to hop down. And down here, there's going to be an archer to our right. Let's try to take him out first before he even shoots us. Now let's pick up the item. Oh, well, it's arrows. We already have max arrows. Rush this guy, take him out. And there's going to be an item over here. So let's go and get this item. Now, let me check this. It's probably going to be more arrows, though. No! Okay, it's a short bow. I'll take it. And right here, you just need to walk off. And this is a spot, if you're trying to like run past everything, you can easily fall off and die to gravity. There's a ladder there, and here's the thing. I hate this jump because it's real easy, but it's really easy to mess up too. Pick that up. That's important for later. That's a special sword key, and we're going to need that for the western side of the lake. But let's go ahead and run and jump, and we're going to come over here and grab this item over here. Now we need to jump back, and here's the part that kind of sucks. Jumping over here is not hard. Jumping back can be annoying because you can easily mess it up. But just run and jump, and you should make it no problem. Now, where we're going to go is down the ladder, but we do need to go to that roof, and that's the way that we need to actually go. But down here, I believe there might be a smithing stone or something. It's not super important. And also, I think there's like some crabs. Creepy, man. Don't even think the crabs attack you, but pick that up. And you can actually see a special little crab over there. We need to kill that one because that's the one that's going to drop the helmet that's going to give you the +6 intelligence. And all those other helmets, we're going to get another one too. They're just really not worth it in my opinion. But at the same time, if I was going to use one, I would use the one that gives me 6 intelligence. So I'm going to jump down here. And of course I'm going to miss. Ow, no. Now, I don't think it matters on which way you go because there's another enemy right here. But there's going to be a lot of openings in these windows. We're going to jump inside and we're going to come over here. This really gives me a lot of Dark Souls 1 vibes. So just kind of run over this way. You can easily line this up. So just go ahead and line it up. Walk off. Now, where we need to go is we need to get to the chandelier. This one right here with the item on it. Of course that enemy is trying to shoot me, but just walk off and pick it up. That is the item we need for the quest. Oh my god, hop down, watch out. There's a bunch of annoying enemies down here. So let's take this one out. I definitely want to get that spellcaster. There is a ladder we can kick down. If you kick down that ladder, if you do die, you can actually just teleport to the Grace and come back up here. So I'm going to show you in a second which Grace it is. I'm also going to show you an item that I recently just found out about. I just seen it in a video. I did not know about this until I just seen it. But out here, this is where that crab was, so let's go get it. It's just in the corner, and take it out. That's going to drop the helmet. And like I said, there's going to be another crab just like that, and it's going to drop the other helmet. So first of all, let me show you where we are. We are right here by the church grace, so if you do die and you kick down the ladder, just go ahead and teleport back to the church grace. But what I'm going to do is first, let's pick up this item. It's a spell. There's also going to be a staff over here, which is one of the best staffs in the whole game. Again, I don't know much about spellcasting, but I'm pretty sure it is. This guy we can easily block and then guard counter him. Watch out for his crossbow though. But blocking it is very good. The Great Shield is so great just for things like that. And let's go ahead and pick up the staff. And now I'm going to actually go down the ladder to show you this that I missed. And I'm sure there's going to be some comments maybe of people saying, hey, you missed something. And they haven't reached this point of the video yet. Because I would have missed this, but I literally just seen this and I did not know about this. So let's go ahead and come on down. Watch out though, we have all these enemies down here again. But the spellcaster is the main one we gotta take out. And they will bounce off, so take him out. Take him out. Now, yeah, this is pretty hidden, but there's actually a fake wall right here. There's a message down. So let me show you. Out here, these are where the spellcasters are, the machine gunners. Let's take them out. Take this guy out too. The moment you run in here, this is a fake wall. And there's nothing in here, really. It's a rune arc, which is cool, but kind of pointless. I mean, come on. You would have thought that that would have been something more special because, I mean, that's pretty hidden, I'm going to be honest. But now, before we do anything else, I'm going to actually fast travel back to this lake-facing cliffs, and we're going to come over here. Because now that we got that key item, we can give it to this guy. That's what he wanted for his side quest. So let's go do that just to get it out the way. I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, so I'm just going to hop on my horse and ride on over there and talk to the guy. And then you can just give him the key. And at that point, he's going to move Now, if you want to buy his stuff, you can, but you're going to get the bell, so don't worry about that. Go ahead and give him the key item, and he's going to be very happy about it because he's going to go to the academy now. Now, the main thing about this is actually the emote. That emote is used for several places in the game, so that's actually kind of important. We do want to have that emote. Now, where we're going to go is we're going to go back to the schoolhouse, and we can actually find what happens to this guy. Because, of course, just like everyone else, nothing good ever happens to any of these NPCs. So if we come back out here, just over here, there he is, and he's dead, of course. We got his bell, we get his staff, or we get the academy staff. But I guess the main thing we get is that barrier spell. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, let's go back to the debate parlor, and we are going to finish this area. I guess not totally, though, because we also will go to the Church of Vows, that place I keep talking about with the giant turtle, where you can turn in all your scrolls and all your prayer books. We're going to go there, because that is something that I just want to get. So up on this fountain, we can get an item, figure out how to actually jump up, and that's a stone key. Cool. And there is a giant crab to the right. There's nothing over to the right, so don't go over to the right. There is a death machine right here. Let's go ahead and just do our Ash of War, and of course we're going to get hit. Oh god, I got grabbed. Ow. It's not going to kill me though. I'm so much stronger now. Ha 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 ha. One more hit and this thing's dead, but I don't want to get grabbed again. There we go. Let's chug. Watch out for this enemy. Take him out. There's actually a golden seed over here, so we definitely want to get that. Let's pick up the item. Like I said, if you go over this way, there's a giant crab, but there's nothing else over there, so don't bother. And I think after this, we're going to need one more golden seed, and we can actually get another charge of our potion, because I believe we're at 3 golden seeds right now. And we will be getting one very soon here in the side castle, because there is a side castle here. Watch out, giant crab, but because it's coming out so slow, we can murder it before it comes out. So let's pick up the item. There is another item over here, so let's go and get that real quick. And now we're going to go and get the final helmet, which is going to come from one of those weird looking crabs with all the crystals on them. Watch out for that guy. But let's come on down. And it's going to be at the bottom here. I think that's the only thing down here though. Take that guy out. And here is the crab. He's kind of hidden in the corner. And that's the final helmet. Again, if you're going to use any of them, I would use the one that gives you the +6. But one will lower your stamina, one will lower your HP, and then the one that gives you +6 will lower both. So that's the reason I wouldn't even use it, to be honest. Now, coming up over here, there's going to be some boulders that are going to be coming down. So let's jump to this one right here. And we're not going to grab the items. There's no reason to, because we can come back, and then when we come back, we can pick them all up, because we can stop these boulders from coming down. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump over and then hug the right and just run. So just run and hug the right. Now the boulder's going to miss you, but keep going. Don't stop. And you shouldn't be hit by the boulder at all. So once we're all the way up here, we can go ahead and just go forward. There's a teleporter over there, but we're going to be using that to get to the Church of Vows. Now with this guy, we can Ash War him, but we can also do that. That works good. Oh, watch out! He can parry you, and he is a freaking master at it. I can't tell you. He's killed me like 3 or 4 times with that parry. Let's see if he'll try it again. Got him. So that guy is wearing the sick-looking armor, and that shield is cool too, to be honest. So over here, there's a spellcaster to our left. Let's take this out first. And then we have a bunch of zombies. Take them all out. We can get a shortcut over here. I'm going to open it up, but you really only need this shortcut if you die to the boss. And to be honest, out of all the Great Rune bosses, this is probably the easiest one. And it's kind of funny only because people will always make like videos about their overpowered PvE build. Who do they show? They always show this boss. And the main thing is that this boss can get stunned so easily. So where we're going to go is actually over here. We can actually jump. And there's going to be a door, which is technically like another shortcut. Kind of useless shortcut, though, to be honest. But let's go ahead and open it up. I need to use an FP potion as well, so let's use the FP potion. Now we can climb up, and this is where the boulder guy is. So once we kill this guy, we don't have to worry about any more boulders. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up going to the Church of Vows, and then we'll come back, and at that point, we will actually pick up all those items. So I'm just going to rush in and take out the spellcasters first. Just try to avoid them and take them out. Die. Is there another one? I think that's it. Good. So just block, and when you get an opportunity, Ash of War. And this should be easy. There we go. And at this point, no more boulders. Nice. Let's go ahead and open up the chest. There's going to be an item in here. Pick that up. Now we can go ahead and jump off the side here. And there's an item on this roof as well. And once we drop down, we can actually hit the teleporter. And finally, we're going to go to the Church of Vows. And there will be a grace here. We can talk to the giant turtle. There's actually a boss here too. It's one of those nighttime bosses. It's really annoying because you got to talk to the turtle like 50 times. But there is a chest, and this is going to get you the golden needle, which is for that one guy, the monkey dude, who is like the tailor. And later on, we can use that and give it to him. So you might not notice this is an NPC, but this is an NPC. And there's many things to talk about. The main thing is, at this point, if you want to go ahead and give all your prayer books, all your scrolls, give it to the turtle just because it's better. But what you have to do if you want to get this boss to spawn, you're going to have to actually go ahead and ask all of these questions, go through all of this dialogue, and then we need to make it nighttime. And if the giant turtle disappears, then we've done it right. So I'm just asking about everything. Now this church, by the way, is where you would go if you need to forgive your sins. So what can happen is, let's say you attack an NPC or something like that, and they're trying to kill you. If you want them to forgive you, you can always just go ahead and come here, and then you can actually forgive the sins by using this item, which we just got one, actually. I think it was like at the beginning of the academy. It's called like a Celestial Dew, and you just come to this statue. And I don't have any sins, so I don't need to worry about it. But I'm going to go and get the grace. I'm going to show you on the map, too, where this is, because I pointed this out before, and you can see it again. But let me go ahead and show you. So it's right over here. I talked about this. You could have actually went here, made your way up, kept going, and hit the church. Now, the reason why that might be important is because maybe if you are a spellcaster, you want to use up all your stuff, and you might want to come here earlier. Because if I was a spellcaster, I would 100% be using the turtle. I wouldn't be giving any of my scrolls or prayer books to those NPCs. It's just not good. Now, if the turtle's not here, we're going to get the boss. And of course, the turtle is here, so we have to figure out what's going on. Talk to the turtle again, and just ask the questions. I really don't understand these bosses because it was the same problem before, if you remember this, right? Let me just double check. Maybe I have to give like a prayer book or something. Here, take a book. There you go. I'm not going to give them all the books because honestly, that's going to take forever. But let's go ahead and come over here and rest. And hopefully this boss is going to spawn. This boss is not the easiest boss, but it's also not hard. Okay, we're good. The turtle is gone. Let's go ahead and buff up. I don't think you can summon for this, but let me use my mix potion as well. Now, just like before, you can just rush in and try to get as much damage as possible before this thing will even fully spawn in. So, multiple hits. Now, I'm going to back up. Watch out for that. And we can go ahead and attack now. He fell down. And there you go. Very easy boss. But that boss can absolutely do some serious damage to you. And that's going to give you a bell, which honestly, what those bosses will drop are things where you can just buy meat, buy bones, all that type of stuff, so you don't have to actually farm for it if you're trying to craft stuff. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the debate parlor, and we can actually grab all those items that we were saving where the boulder was. Then we can actually make our way to the boss. And we have done pretty much everything here, unless I forgot something. Of course, you can always leave a comment. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure there's going to be several comments about that fake wall, since I skipped it, and people don't watch the whole video before they comment. They just kind of go, haha, I know something you don't. That's how it always goes. But you see, haha, I gotcha. But at the same time, I did not know about that. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for me just literally watching this video 5 minutes ago before I started the second part of this video, I would have not have known that. Let's go ahead and grab all the items. And let's go ahead and jump up here. Pick up this as well. And now we just have to go to the boss. Now this boss is one of my favorites, to be honest, just because I love the cutscene. I think it's so creepy. And it is very easy too. It's just that overall, I would say that the very first time I did this fight, the second phase did kick my butt like the very first time, and then I think on my second try I got it no problem. But the second phase can shock you just because of what happens. It becomes a super sorcerer, and that's what you have to watch out for. Now there's really no reason to buff. If you're gonna summon your wolves, save it for the second phase. And I know I just said there's no reason to buff, but what I meant is you don't need a golden vow, but you can use your mixed potion. That's totally okay, because it's gonna last a very long time. But this first phase is stupid easy, and because we are OP, we're gonna have no problems with this at all. Alrighty, so what you're looking for here are these enemies that are going to have this golden aura around them, and you need to kill 3 of them. If you take too long though, you might have to kill a 4th or even a 5th. It just depends on how long you take. But once you get 3 of them, this boss is going to drop down, and then yeah, just go crazy on it, and you're going to be able to probably one-phase it. No problem. I mean, look at that. I'm going to chug an FP potion right away, and let's get ready. Alrighty, I'm going to summon my wolves. Watch out, I'm going to get smacked by that. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. But I'm going to use my FP potion again. If you just keep running, that should miss you though. And that's a kind of annoying attack. It's a giant moon. But when you hit this boss gets stunned real bad. And this boss can actually summon, which is interesting. But as you can see, the damage is insane. There's a summon right there. But one more hit, and that's a GG. Ow. Cool. Alrighty, now that the fight's over, one thing you might notice is that there's a chest in here. Don't worry about this. We're going to get the key for that much later. Now, if you talk to this thing, you get this rebirth option. This is how you respec. Now, if you want to just shut this lady up, because maybe you don't need a respec right now, you just go ahead and do the rebirth and then cancel it. It's not going to use up the item. And yeah, that's going to shut her up. You can also change cosmetics here, but there's no reason to, because you can do that at the round table, at the mirror. Let's go ahead and hit the grace. And yeah, we are pretty much good. We've done everything in this castle that I know of. But that's going to pretty much do it for this episode, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? I really do appreciate that, and it helps me out. Be sure to subscribe for future episodes of this series, and if you do, make sure to click the bell. That way you can stay notified. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.